Many Democrats are outraged after a banner with President Trump's face was hung Thursday at the Department of Justice's headquarters. Under Trump's face is the DOJ seal, along with the words, "Make America Safe Again." Although the measure isn't usual, in 2025, there were banners featuring Trump outside the Department of Labor. The DOJ told multiple outlets, quote, "We are proud at this Department of Justice to celebrate 250 years of our great country and our historic work to make America safe again at President Trump's direction."
Now, in the past, presidents have distanced themselves from the Justice Department to convey the idea of political impartiality. Naturally, some on the left railed against Trump for the move. California Governor Gavin Newsom, of course, stepped in the ring, being one of those writing on X, quote, "beyond parody." How many dictatorship-style monuments, building name changes, and fake awards do Americans have to endure? And MS Now correspondent Ken Dilanian wrote, quote, "This is a stunning confirmation of the grim reality, which is that Donald Trump has seized control of the once independent Justice Department and is using it to pursue his political objectives, including trying to punish his perceived enemies." Exactly what his supporters baselessly accused the previous administration of doing.
Last March, President Trump gave a speech at the DOJ headquarters in a victory lap of sorts after winning the election. He said, in part, "First, we must be honest about the lies and abuses that have occurred within these walls. They spied on my campaign, launched one hoax and disinformation operation after another, broke the law on a colossal scale, persecuted my family, staff, and supporters, raided my home, Mar-a-Lago, and did everything within their power to prevent me from becoming the President of the United States."
Well, I think there's two layers to this. The one layer is just like, how much does President Trump want to see himself throughout DC?
A lot.
I drive around, I'm
A
like, all
lot.
right already. Like,
His name has to be on everything.
Trump Kennedy Center. Like, come on, it's been that way for so long. Now we got to see Trump on top of it. He wants the Nobel Peace Prize. He just like, I've never seen anybody.
They're also trying to rename, I think, Palm Beach International Airport after Trump.
You know, there are a lot of airports. Even that is, I'll be more lenient about. I know he lives and has the entire residency in Florida and hotels and big properties. I'll take that just because I know there's like Bush International in Houston. Fine, I'll take that. But the Kennedy Center, the Nobel Peace Prize, wanting it so bad and like proclaiming it. Now, the pictures that I already see on the federal buildings out here, adding the DOJ to the list. I know that the DOJ is looked at from both sides critically, but so blatantly just wanting to throw your picture up there with the seal, to me, is just like pushing the line. And we know that he's been involved in, even if he tries to proclaim that it's loosely, so many different investigations that have come out of the DOJ recently that look like they're partisan, whether it's Letitia James or James Comer. And so it's just like, let people just at least think that we're operating the way that government is supposed to be operating. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess at that point, though, it's like, okay, so we're just going to do a partisan political DOJ, but as long as the people don't know about it, it's fine.
I mean, some people disagree that the level of Trump is like saying Pam Bondi. Didn't we have that X message to Pam Bondi where he's like, you need to investigate? I believe it was Letitia James. And he said that was, everyone reported that was supposed to be private, but it was public. And everyone's like, you cannot force Pam Bondi to go do something like this. That's not how this works.
I guess, so my feeling in general about the sort of overlap between the White House and the Department of Justice is that the Department of Justice under previous presidents has been sort of obviously working at the direction of the partisan political leanings of the president in power. It just hasn't been super obvious in terms of the connection, right? Like we have to sort of suggest it, or it's suggested based on what they're doing. I mean, Merrick Garland, for example, was going after conservative Catholic groups with the FBI. We had the prosecution of numerous pro-life activists under the FACE Act. We had the whole school board parents memo where he accepted this memo referring to them as domestic terrorists and created a threat tag in order to track some of these people who were speaking out at school board meetings during COVID. So it's like, okay, well, technically Joe Biden didn't jump on Twitter and say, Merrick Garland, please investigate the school board parents and the pro-life activists. But when all of your major investigations are all going in one direction, we can kind of figure out what you're doing.
Well, I get, some people say that they like Trump for that reason, because he will do the thing that we will criticize as the American people and that we do not want to happen in our politics, but he'll say it out loud. Like putting his picture on the building of DOJ with the seal is actively saying, yes, I work with them very closely. So maybe that's just the precedence that's been set in recent years is that this is what we do, and he's just sign sealing it and delivering it. We have to know that after President Trump leaves office, like the way, and I'm talking about over the 8-year span that he's been president at different times, the way that we look at the office has completely changed for a lot of reasons. And one is just like even the way that social media is used in attachment to the office is totally different. The way that his picture's up, his name's everywhere. I mean, we have to rectify, like, how do we go back to whatever was considered normal after this? I don't even know what that looks like.
I'm curious about the DOJ statement on this too, and if we could maybe put the banner back up on screen, because they said something about celebrating America 250.
Right.
And so I was curious if there was something related to that on it, because I know Trump has been putting these America 250 banners with his face on them around DC. So we can't really see the top of it, but
yeah. I mean, he is the president, and we're
Yeah.
celebrating 250 years.
There
So
we
if he
go.
wants to celebrate by seeing
yeah, so
himself.
they don't have the America 250 logo on it. So that if it were that, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. You're a government building, you're celebrating the anniversary of our country, but it looks like it's just DOJ with Trump's face.
We can go drive by
It's
it
a little
together. After the show, we can go check it out.
I don't think their statement passed muster is what I'm saying.
The Epstein estate is settling a class action lawsuit brought by survivors for millions of dollars. The latest on that coming up. Stick around.